All right, this is the A form. I finally get around to doing this. I'm gonna show you like the important parts and everything that's really on the road test. What I'm gonna normally do, no order, right? But I'm gonna start from top to bottom. This right here is the air filter. Air filters probably mounted and secured, right? Look at the braces, right? Probably mounted secured. Look at the plastic. It's not cracked, bent. It's not broken. It's air in here, so it's not leaking. Here's the filter maintenance log and all that. And this right here is to make sure, see if you you need a new one, air filter. This right here is my radiator hose, right? My radiator hose, you see it goes all the way to the radiator, right? It's probably mounted secured, here, right? It's plastic, right? That compress. This plastic, right? It's not torn, ripped, or punctured, right? This goes all the way back here, right, to the turbo. This is the turbo. The turbo, as you look at it, it's probably mounted secure, not cracked, man, it's not broken. My turbo leads all the way back. My turbo leads all the way back to my exhaust pipe. You see my exhaust pipe, right? Right here, it's probably mounted secure. Look here, right? Probably mounted secure. Look at the whole thing. It's not cracked, bent, it's not broken, being as metal. Right here and here, there's no signs of black soot indicating any engine issues. So I go back here, right? Come back over here. You know, I talked about the turbo and stuff right here. I'm gonna go here. This is my air compressor. My air compressor is probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, it's not broken. Here, see here, it's belt driven. I'm not gonna say nothing right now, but I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna go here. My next important part. This is my alternator. My alternator probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, it's not broken. It's also belt driven. My belt. Start talking about my belt. See belt here, it's aligned, right? My belt is probably mounted secured, right? It's not torn, ripped. Look at the whole ones over here. It's not torn or ripped. It's not frayed anywhere. And that's about it. Look at your wires and hoses. All your wires and hoses. It's not cut, torn. And it's not leaking any air or any fluids. Here, the last part here, right? This is my reservoir, right? My windshield wiper reservoir. You look at the nuts and bolts, right? They're probably mounted secure, right? You look at the whole canister, right? It's not leaking. It's not punctured. It's not cut nowhere. And you touch the top here, right? And you grab it and you twist it a little bit, and the cap is on tight. Another thing too, while I'm on this side, right? I'm gonna go all the way down here, right? I'm gonna touch this. This here is the tie rod, right? This part right here is the tie rod. It goes from this side of the wheel, connects to this side, all the way to the other side of the wheel. This is what they say 3-piece steering link is. That's part of it. So now I'm gonna go all the way on the other side, right? Now on this side, right? We can start from the top to the bottom again, right? So here I'm gonna talk about the second thing, right? This is my coolant. My coolant is probably mounted secure, right? It's not. You can look at the nuts and bolts, right? Nuts and bolts probably mounted secure. It's not cut, torn, punctured. It's not leaking any fluids. You touch the caps. The caps are on tight. You know, your wires and your hoses. You want to check your wires and hoses. Make sure it's not cut, torn, no exposed wires. Like I said, top to bottom. You don't need to know. These are your oil filters, right? Fuel filters and all that stuff here. Another one here, right? You don't got to talk about. But we here, we'll talk about the oil. This is my oil filler. My oil filler is probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent. It's not broken. It's not leaking any fluid. See the nuts and bolts here, right? It's probably mounted secured. Here also, you got to talk about that too. This is my engine oil dipstick. My dipstick, you take it out, you grab it, you take it out, right? Take it, grab it out, wipe it off, reinsert it, then pull it back out, and then you check your engine oil. What's his name? See how much oil you have in there, right? Then you come over here, look at right here. This is your governor. Your governor probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, it's not broken, it's not leaking any air. Look at all your wires and your hoses. Your wires and hoses not cut, torn, no exposed wires, right? Then we come here, right? Touch this thing here. It's my fuel box. My fuel box probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, it's not broken, not missing any hardware. I don't like to talk about none of that yet, because once I start going into to the steering rod, it start going out to the tire. So I ain't gonna skip that. We'll come back to the fluids, right? The fluids here. This is my third fluid, right? This is, you look on the side, right? It says something, says it, right? This is my power steering reservoir, right? My power steering reservoir. It's not crack bent, it's not broken, it's not leaking any fluids. You touch the cap is on tight. You check the eye level, right? The eye level, you will make sure that it's showing that it's at adequate level. You look at your wires and your hoses and the cap, right? Because this hose goes all the way back down here, right? And it goes all the way back down to here, right? It comes here. Let me see if I get it. It comes here, right? That's your wires and hoses. It come all the way to the gear, your steering gearbox. I know this little messed up a little bit. So let me come here, right? This right here is my water pump. See the green thing? My water pump, not cracked, man, it's not broken. Being there's water, it's not leaking any fluids. My water pump is also, look at it, belt driven. My belt is probably mounted secure, not cracked, man, it's not broken. It's on the track. It's not frayed. And I forgot about this even on the other side. The other side, your belt, once pressed on, it has 3/4 of an inch when you press on it. That's all it needs, right? You need to know the numbers. What else here? Being that I'm here, I'm start talking about other things. This is the fuel filter. As you get your points, the fuel filter is probably mounted secure, not cracked, man. It's not broken, right? It's not It's not leaking any fluids. Right here, the cap is on tight. You look at your wires and hoses. Your wires and hoses are probably mounted secure. It's not punctured. It's not cut. It's not leaking any fluids. From there, I go here. This is extra, right? This is your air dryer. Your air dryer probably mounted secure, not cracked, but it's not broken. It's not leaking any air. This is the thing that you know, once your governance builds up between 120 to 140 psi's, this is the thing that blows out the air. It lets you know that your brakes is fully aired, so you can basically power your brakes. Then from here, right, like I said, instead of going to this steering gear box, right, we gonna come here, right here. You see, this is your leaf spring, commonly not like a leaf spring, but it's your leaf spring, probably mounted secure, not cracked bent, it's not broken, it's not frayed. It's held down by my U-joints. My U-joint probably mounted secure. If you look under here, right, the U-joints bolts are not rusty, they're not shiny, indicating any looseness. We come back here, right here. This here is your shock absorber. Your upper and your lower mounts, right? Check that's the lower mount, that's your upper mount, right? It's not cracked bent, it's not broken. They're on tight. And being that it's your shock absorber, it's not leaking any fluid, so you have to check that too, right? You check your leaf spring all the way back and make sure that it's not cracked in the back or in the front, right? The whole thing, entire thing, right? So now I'm gonna come back. Being that I said like I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna have the, you know, that's the whole suspension system, right? You know, you have this here, this the bump stop and all that. So when your truck bangs, it hits that little part right there. That's not nothing special, but you know, just knowledgeable, right? So now we're gonna start here. This right here is your steering rod, right? Your steering rod is probably mounted secure, not cracked bent, it's not broken. That's held down right here by my U-joints. You see them, U-joints not cracked bent, it's not broken, they're not rusty, not shiny, indicating any type of cracks, frays in there. You know, it's no illegal welds into that thing. Once twisted and all that, between 2 inches and 10 inch diameter or something like that when you turn on it. Here might have that a little wrong, but here, right, this is my power steering gearbox, right? This is the thing that drives everything. From here, this is my pitman arm. My pitman arm is probably mounted secure, not cracked, man, it's not broken. You look down here, it's held down by a cotter pin and castle nut, right? That's what that's called. This long thing here, this is the drag link. Your drag link probably mounted secure to right here, right? That's my control arm. And it also is probably mounted secured by the castle pin and cotter, you know, castle nut and cotter pin, right? From there, like I said, remember that right here. This is your tie rod, goes from one end to the next, right? So now off the tie rod, way over here, we look at the tie rod, right? That's the tie rod all the way there, right? From the tie rod, right? We're gonna come back, so we gotta go out. So we're gonna go back here. This is my hose, my brake hose. This is my ABS wire. My ABS wire, my brake hose are probably mounted secure. They're not cut, they're torn. There are no exposed wires, right? Here's my brake chamber. My brake chamber probably mounted secure. See the nuts and bolts, right? here's a plate, probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, it's not broken. There's no oil on here, as it shouldn't be. Here is my push rod and my slack adjuster, my push rod and slack adjuster, right? This whole entire thing, push rod and slack adjuster, probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, it's not broken. Once the brakes are released, this thing here, right, gives about 1 inch of play once the brakes are released. From in here, we're gonna go into all this right here. You check all your brake rotors and brake drums. You make sure it's probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, it's not broken. There are no illegal welds, right? Off of that, off the brake drum, where you go to brake shoe. See the brake shoe? The brake shoe is probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, it's not broken. There should be a half inch of padding, right? Half inch of padding. That's the number you also have to have too. Here is your rim. Your rim is probably mounted secured. It's not cracked, bent, it's not broken, no illegal welds, and it's probably mounted to your tire, right? This is your whole tire, right? Your tire, outside of the inside of your tire is probably mounted secure. It's not cracked, bent, it's not broken, no nails, no holes, no punctures. There's no leaking air. You got to touch it, whatever case may be, in front of the inspector. Let them know that you're actually touching and inspecting it. Here, my tread depth. My tread depth, so my steer tire is probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, it's not broken. As you look here, there's a little nothing right here. This is a little rock. Pull out the rock. There's no nails, no holes, there's no punctures, right? And here, right, the tread depth. The tread depth is 4/32 of an inch. Tread depth, right? It's evenly worn. Touch the whole thing. I ain't got no gloves on. I want my hands super dirty, but it don't matter in trucking. Here, right, the tires. Look at the tires. They're evenly worn. Tires are evenly worn. You also have to come on the outside of the tire, right? Outside of the tire. Look, probably mounted secured. Outside of your tire, probably mounted secured, not cracked, bent, it's not broken. Same thing. I know it's redundant, but you got to do it, right? The outside of your tire is not punctured. There's no holes, no leaking air. There's no nails. There's no glass. And your tire is probably mounted and secured to the rim, right? Your rim is probably mounted and secured again, right? We're not gonna talk about this yet, but your rim's probably mounted and secured by the lug nuts. I know I have this plate on there. But normally you still have to talk about it because you need to know what's on the other side. Your tires, right? This is your lug nuts. You got to touch all your lug nuts, right? Your lug nuts are probably mounted secured. Hold up. Let me give you a better view of this. Come back here. Those have lug nuts. Those have hubcaps on there too. So this is what the front tire kind of looks like. The lug nuts, right? Your lug nuts probably mounted secured, not cracked, bent, it's not broken. There's no rust, no shininess. Right, a little rusty you look like, but it's no real rust. No rust indicating any looseness. This right here is called your hub seal. Your hub seal is probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, it's not broken, right? Here, this is a plug, and here they have fluid, right? This is the eye, so you can see around here, there's fluid, right? This is the end of your axle. So it needs to be lubricated, right? So you want to see that your tires are probably mounted secure, your lug nuts, your hub seal is not leaking any oil, because leaking any oil, it gets on your brakes start a fire. You need to make sure that this is all intact, there's nothing leaking, right? This is your rims and all this stuff right here, right? But being that we in the back, I'm gonna just keep going and so you see everything. This here is my valve stem. My valve stem, as you can see, it's probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, it's not broken, and it's not leaking any air whatsoever. How I would check my tire pressure, right? You check your tire pressure here. You know they got this all the direction here, right? Let me see. Make it simple, right? Here, PSIs. See here, PSIs 110 PSIs, pounds per square inch, but it's in the code, right? So what I normally just say is I just covered everything because this one in the back one, this is the back tire. I would say between 100 and 120 because the front tire is 120 PSIs. That's how you check it out, right? That's how you check any tire. So you basically put your tire gauge on the valve stem, and that's how you basically check out. You basically check your air pressure, and you get the adequate readings. Being that the tire is done, that is really it for the A form, because that's where you stop at. We stop at the A form. Anything else beyond that is the B form. You know, shout out to East Staffords, of course. You know, give us a call. Yeah, and that's about it. Hope you liked the video. Later.